Omar Ajete was born on April 12, 1992, in Abidjan, Ivory Coast, a city known for its cultural diversity and sports enthusiasm. From an early age, Omar was drawn to sports. His parents, both passionate about athletics, encouraged him to explore various sporting activities, and he quickly developed a love for table tennis. It was not long before Omar began practicing with friends at local parks and soon found himself at the nearby table tennis club, where his natural talent started to shine. Growing up in a city where sports, especially football and basketball, dominated the landscape, table tennis was a niche sport. Yet Omar showed exceptional coordination, speed, and reflexes that made him stand out. He joined the Abidjan Table Tennis Club at the age of 10, where he received his first formal coaching. His coaches immediately noticed his fast footwork and competitive spirit, which would become trademarks of his playing style. Though Omar's early years were challenging due to the lack of resources and infrastructure for the sport in the Ivory Coast, he remained committed. He practiced relentlessly, using limited equipment and relying on his coach's advice and encouragement. By the time he was 14, Omar's potential was undeniable. He began participating in local and regional tournaments, where his victories against older and more experienced players earned him recognition as one of the brightest young talents in Ivorian table tennis. Rise to prominence and career development. Omar Ajete's serious pursuit of a professional career began during his teenage years. At the age of 16, he began competing in national championships across Ivory Coast, consistently finishing among the top players. His impressive performances at the Ivorian National Table Tennis Championships helped him secure a place on the national team, marking the first major step toward his future career. His ability to adapt his play style to different opponents, as well as his aggressive yet controlled game, allowed him to rise through the ranks quickly. In 2011, Omar was selected to represent the Ivory Coast at the African Table Tennis Championships held in Cairo, Egypt. The competition was fierce, with many of Africa's best players competing for regional glory. Omar's performance at this tournament was a turning point in his career. Though he did not win medals in his debut, the experience of playing against top-tier opponents provided valuable insights into the level of play required to compete internationally. In the following years, Omar continued to participate in continental and international tournaments, slowly climbing the rankings and refining his skills. His training in the Ivory Coast, although limited by resources, was supplemented by international exposure. He traveled to countries like Nigeria and Egypt for training camps, where he learned new techniques and strategies from coaches and top players. By the age of 18, Omar had become one of the top players in Africa, and his reputation began to spread beyond the continent. Career peak and major achievements. Omar Ajete's career peak came in the mid-2010s when his consistent performances allowed him to break into the elite ranks of international table tennis. His qualification for the 2016 Rio Olympics was one of the defining moments of his career. At just 24 years old, Omar earned a spot in the Olympics, becoming one of the first players from the Ivory Coast to compete in the prestigious event. This was a historic achievement not only for Omar but also for the country's table tennis community. In the Rio 2016 Olympics, Omar faced some of the world's top players, many of whom were ranked in the world's top 20. Though he did not make it far in the tournament, being eliminated in the early rounds, his participation marked a major milestone in his career. It exposed him to the highest level of competition and provided him with the experience of playing on the world's most significant stage. Despite not advancing far in the competition, his performance was praised for its spirit and resilience, showing that he could compete with the best. In the years following his Olympic debut, Omar continued to excel on the international stage. He clinched several notable titles, including his first African Table Tennis Championship gold in 2017, where he triumphed in the singles category. This victory was a breakthrough moment, as it solidified his position as one of the best players in Africa and earned him global recognition. The same year, Omar also participated in the ITTF World Tour events, where he made deep runs in several tournaments, proving his ability to compete with the world's best players. His success continued into 2018 when he earned another remarkable achievement by winning the African Cup, which further established him as one of Africa's top table tennis players. This victory was a significant boost to his career, as it marked his second continental title in just a year. By 2019, Omar had become a fixture in the ITTF World Rankings, regularly appearing among the top players in Africa and occasionally making a splash in international tournaments, particularly in the ITTF World Tour events. His aggressive, fast-paced play style, coupled with a relentless work ethic, helped him earn consistent results against some of the world's best players. Challenges and setbacks. While Omar's career continued to rise, it was not without challenges. Like many athletes, he encountered injury setbacks that temporarily hampered his progress. In 2020, during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, Omar faced a series of minor but frustrating injuries that sidelined him from international tournaments. During this period, he took time off from competitive play to focus on rehabilitation and physical conditioning. Moreover, as Omar's career progressed, the competition in the world of table tennis became even more intense. The rise of new stars from China, Japan, and Europe created a more challenging environment for players like Omar, who had to constantly adapt and refine his skills to remain competitive. Despite these challenges, Omar remained focused on his goals and continued to train hard, determined to regain his form and break through once again in major international competitions. By 2021, Omar returned to action with renewed energy. His performances in continental tournaments continued to be strong, and he regained his place as one of Africa's top players. Although he struggled to make a major impact in the ITTF World Tour events during this period, Omar's resilience and determination were evident, as he consistently put in strong performances in local and regional competitions. Final years and legacy. As of 2023, Omar Ajete remains an influential figure in the table tennis world, particularly within Africa. His competitive years, while still ongoing, have been marked by continued participation in continental tournaments and occasional appearances in ITTF World Tour events. Though his opportunities to compete at the highest level have become more limited, his impact on the sport in the Ivory Coast and Africa as a whole is undeniable. Omar has also become a mentor to younger players in his home country. He has taken on coaching roles within the Ivorian Table Tennis Federation and is deeply involved in the development of young talents. His experiences and success story serve as an inspiration to the next generation of athletes in the Ivory Coast, proving that with dedication, hard work, and resilience, athletes from smaller nations can achieve greatness on the international stage. In addition to his role as a mentor, Omar remains involved in promoting the sport throughout the Ivory Coast and across Africa. He regularly participates in charity events, exhibitions, and training camps, spreading the word about table tennis and encouraging young people to pursue the sport. His legacy extends beyond his individual accomplishments, as he has played a crucial role in raising the profile of African table tennis on the world stage. Conclusion. Omar Ajete's journey from a young table tennis enthusiast in Abidjan to one of Africa's premier table tennis players is a testament to his dedication, passion, and relentless pursuit of excellence. His achievements on the international stage, including his Olympic appearance and continental titles, have made him a trailblazer in Ivorian and African table tennis. As he continues to compete and mentor the next generation of players, Omar's legacy will undoubtedly have a lasting impact on the sport, both in his home country and across the continent. His story serves as a powerful reminder that hard work, perseverance, and a love for the game can help athletes achieve greatness, regardless of their background or the challenges they face.